1905, Paul Harris, a young attorney in Chicago, Illinois, was very lonely. He was looking for friends. He found a few friends and he said, you know what we ought to do? We ought to start rotating a weekly meeting at our offices to get to know each other better and to get to know more about our occupations. Hence the word Rotary. Paul Harris had no idea in 1905 what he was beginning. A movement that now is made up of more than 1.2 million Rotarians around the world. A group of people that do service in their local communities, but they impact the world. I've been in Rotary since 1994, and I can't imagine life without Rotary. The privilege of being the Rotary District Governor and working with clubs all over South Carolina and beyond. Yes, Rotary is something that all of you could be part of if you just wanted to be. I hope that you will enjoy the segment about the Rotary Club of Greater Anderson. They're a little bit different than the Rotary Club of Anderson that you've already seen and heard about, my club. But they do so many great things, and I know you'll enjoy it. Again, today I want to thank Mr. Rusty Burns, our county administrator, and our county council for the opportunity to show you where Anderson County serves.
Okay. My name is Leslie Mcintosh. I'm an attorney at Mcintosh, Sherrod, Sullivan & Brusso, and I'm the president of the Rotary Club of Greater Anderson. I joined Rotary because I was looking for another civic organization that was extremely well known in the community. I love the networking possibilities that the Rotary Club of Greater Anderson provides, but I also love the community, and I also think it's extremely important that we do Dancing for Our Heroes, which is one of the largest fundraisers that's in the community during the year. This is actually about to be in its 15th year. It will be on April the 21st this year. It's a Thursday evening. Over the course of the last 15 years, we've raised just over $1 million total. Not our last event, which was this past June, but the year previous to that, back in 2019, we raised just over $200,000 through the community. This year, on the April 21st, we will have 15 teams, 15 nonprofit teams competing. And it's actually a really exciting event because it'll be a Dancing for the Stars type event. So there will be choreographers involved. The teams have pairs where they are learning a dance to an 80s theme, and we will have these teams competing for the team that raises the most money, as well as the people's favorite, which is the judge's favorite, which is the one that does the best that night. So each nonprofit, when they raise their funds, 100% of their funds goes directly back to them. The remaining funds, the tables, the silent auction items, and other items that are throughout that night are divided either through the nonprofits or come back to the Rotary Club of Greater Anderson and go to our Polio Plus or to our other fundraising means. Each year we have to do a grant, and so the president gets to choose the grant that we work on. And my grant for this year, which has been a repeating grant since Carola Dawshert's year as president, this one is our Most Improved Reader for third grade readers. We started it in District 3, and this year as president it was my goal to expand to 4 districts. So we've got districts 1 through 4 that we are doing it. So all the third grade classes throughout districts 1 through 4, with the exception of La France Elementary School, because Clemson Sunrise, I believe, does a project that's similar to that. We will be doing the Most Improved Reader, and so the third grade teachers will pick their Most Improved Reader. They will get a plaque from us. They will get a gift card and lunch. And so we want to make sure that literacy is extremely important, and that the school district knows that we believe that literacy is important. And it is also well known that if you do not hit your level of reading by the end of third grade, that you're never really going to achieve the level that you need to do. So we're pushing for that third grade reader. I think you're asking me personally what I find rewarding within the club. I loved it when the charities came to receive their checks for Dancing for Our Heroes. So after Dancing for Our Heroes, we do this huge celebratory event where they come and we tell them how much money they've raised on their own, as well as how much money they get through us. And so I love seeing how much we physically give back to the community, and it changes each year. The impact that we have is always well known. But also, I love it when our third grade readers, we haven't gotten to see them because of COVID, but when they get to come, it was really fun because they got up in front of the group and we gave them a book and we gave them a plaque. And these are the ones who probably don't get awards very often, but to see the smiles on their faces was really exciting. So I love that we have that type of impact, and I love that Rotary is the basis behind that. And for me, that is why I continue to be a member. So I was in Leadership Anderson, and my Leadership Anderson classmates would probably tell you that we do contact them on a normal basis. We've gotten several of them to actually join our club, which has been exciting. I also am involved through other various charities, and I try to speak about Rotary on a normal basis. I think it's important to have other leaders that you know and you recognize in the community to partner with you and to be in your club. And I love it when my friends come and visit with me, and I love it when they say that they're interested in joining as well. The Rotary Club of Greater Anderson is 38 years old. It was founded in, I believe, November of 1983. There were members that were part of the Rotary Club of Anderson, and they wanted to have a little bit of a change, and so there were members that came in and chartered the new club back in 1983. The water project that is in Honduras, we have had 2 members from our club, Anna Marie Mason Brock and Tricia McDougall, who in the past they went out to Honduras to do this water project. We also had a member who strongly believed in it, and he gave $25,000 to the water project. The goal of the water project in Honduras is to get communities to work together with our clubs in order to facilitate clean water in their community. They are responsible for finding the source that would facilitate and give them clean water. They are also responsible for a portion of the funding, and then we come in and work and bring the engineers who help them create that filtration process.
I'm April Cameron. I'm the Executive Director of the Anderson Arts Center, and I am the incoming president for the Rotary Club of Greater Anderson, and my year as president will start in July. I joined Rotary as a great way to network with other individuals and businesses, but for me at this point, I think that the thing I like the most about it is the community service that we do in the community. We also have really, really good speakers that come each week, and I learned so much about what's going on in Anderson and even beyond Anderson. While I still love the networking, I don't consider it networking as much as I do just hanging out with my friends now because we've built such great relationships with one another. Just a couple of weeks ago, we did a blood drive. And that was a project that we promoted throughout the community, so anybody could come and donate blood, but it was something that our Rotary Club hosted. We've done service projects for Meals on Wheels. They have emergency food bags that they distribute to their recipients when there's an ice storm or anything like that and the drivers can't drive the hot meals. So we prepared emergency meals for them at one of our meetings. So we try to do a combination of things that we can do with our hands and not just making monetary donations and things like that. So our Rotary Club meets weekly at Sullivan's at 12:30 on Thursdays. And not every Rotary Club meets on a weekly basis. Some do every other week. But for our club, I personally enjoy meeting every week because I love the continuity of seeing the people on a weekly basis. I think, just like advertising, repetitiveness is the best way to stay in people's minds. And so while we get to see each other and spend time together, it keeps Rotary in the forefront of your mind also, because it is a weekly thing that's on your calendar, and it's just something you don't want to miss. For people that are interested in Rotary, they may find different things about it that appeal to them. Like we've mentioned, there's great networking where you can talk about your business, expand contacts in that manner. There's also the community service aspect of it. If you are a giver and you have a servant's heart, then Rotary is a great way to get involved to make sure that you're making a difference within your own community. It also is a wonderful educational tool so that you can learn about things that are going on. Most Rotary clubs, ours certainly does, have excellent speakers each week, so we learn a lot about things that are happening. I think if you're interested, the best way to test the waters is just go visit. Guests are welcome to come to our meetings, and then you'll get kind of a feeling for the atmosphere, some of the people that are in the club, and we always have really good food too at Sullivan's. For the Rotary Club of Greater Anderson, the best place to get more information is through Facebook. We have a very active Facebook page, and you can find out about events that are happening as well as all the contact information is listed on the Facebook page. In addition to the weekly meetings, we also have several social events that are just for fun. We've gone hiking, we've had a skeet shoot, we've done axe throwing, so kind of a lot of activities, but it's really fun to meet and get to spend time with each other outside of a regular lunchtime activity. Each week as part of our meeting, we take an opportunity to pass the hat for what we call Happy Bucks. You give $1 and that gives you the opportunity to speak just about anything you want to. The majority of our club members usually use that time to share good news, things that have happened to them in their lives, kids graduating, getting married, anniversaries, but it's also an opportunity to tell about activities that you may have going on personally, especially a lot of nonprofit fundraising events. We like to let everybody know what's going on in the community so that they can get involved. And Happy Bucks, for me, is one of the best ways to get to know the fellow members of the club, because people are happy to share their personal information and are excited about it. And if you pay attention, you can learn a lot about people just from the Happy Bucks moments. Lots of times we'll connect with other Rotary clubs and spend time together. Specifically in Anderson, we have partnered up with the Anderson Rotary Club that meets on Tuesdays and have done a fundraiser for polio research. One of Rotary International's big projects that they focus on is eradicating polio. And so part of our service and duty to Rotary is to help raise funds for this. And so for the past couple of years, we've held an event called Pints for Polio. And each person that attends donates an X amount of dollars, and then we, share some drinks together and learn different facts about polio and just have some good times. Another service project that our Rotary Club did was we provided back-to-school backpacks for kids that attended New Foundation's Home for Children. The list of items that you're supposed to have when school starts is really extensive, and it includes everything from just loose leaf paper to USB port zip drive things and calculators. And so we all pulled together and purchased backpacks. It was probably about 20 different backpacks that we were able to provide for different grade levels. So not only did we get to do the fun stuff of buying, crayons, which is the fun stuff from being a child, then we also had to provide things like calculators that certainly are more on the expensive end of things when you're buying school supplies.
Anderson County is blessed to have two Rotary clubs. The Rotary Club of Anderson, that's a little over 100 years old, and the Rotary Club of Greater Anderson, that is not quite 40 years old. These clubs offer their members, collectively over 150 people, the opportunity to serve in our community and beyond.